Is that maybe the trouble with the world these days? Not that we need to sit and analyze the world, but as you break down and you look and you go and you talk to any kid, whether they're in grade school or high school, you ask them what they want to be, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth is professional football player, a baseball player, a singer, or something, and it all has to do with the glitz, the glamour, the money that they see on television. It seems like priorities in life are kind of switched around now.
Yeah, I always tell my guys, and we have a range from 20-year-olds, and my oldest player is 46, and everything in between. You need to find some niche in life that you enjoy doing other than just football that you can fall back on and make your money, your finances. Then the football is the extracurricular thing that you do as a relief, you know, because everybody don't make it in football. Everybody won't make it in basketball and baseball, soccer. So you got to have something you can fall back on. And so we push those guys in some career mode or direction so that they can at least have that when the football falls off.
What about yourself growing up? Were you involved in sports and football as a youngster?
I played football all the way up to high school. When I got to high school, Sumner High School, Sumner Bulldogs, I didn't play football. I was in the senior band, and that conflicted with the football, so I didn't play football during high school. And then after high school, I started playing. Years ago, we had the real competitive flag leagues with Tim Van Gelder and I can't think of them guys' names, but I played that level until college. And then when you got in college, I didn't play in college, but I started studying the game. I studied the game to the point to where I am now, and I still study the game. You know, people like Bill Walsh in the day, I've studied him, some of Vince Lombardi things that he did in football. Naturally, Tony Dungy, I studied his technique and his demeanor and how he handled players. And so I've taken all that to put it together, and here, 17 years later with the St. Louis Bulldogs, I can do it. And then another thing helps me is I've coached at national all-star games all over the country, and from Miami to Las Vegas and other parts. And when you meet, you have 2 or 3 days to bring 40 guys together as a team, and then you play a game. And so there got to be some structure in place in those 2 or 4 day practice you have. And then at the end, you play a game. And to see those guys defeat teams handedly, it makes you feel good because you only had 2 days to put these guys together and get some type of offense or defense and special teams, and you organize it, and they perform, and we win.
Now, you've been, as you mentioned, involved in coaching for a long time. And I look at your resume here, Coach of the Year, Hall of Fame, Minor League Pro Hall of Fame. I mean, have you reached where you thought you wanted to be, or is there a lot more to do still?
I always look at a lot more to do. I've surprised myself to this point because I didn't think when I got involved in 1994 that I would be where I am now. But I study football. I study games, watch a lot of college games, a lot of pro games, and I just enjoy it. It's a chess match to me. I enjoy it. My accolades come from the peers, the people in minor league football, the players, when they perform. And that's all well and good, but I never stop working. I just enjoy it. I never stop working. It's always another challenge ahead.
With all the different leagues out there, kind of walk us through once again the league that you were in for 10 years and the new league, and maybe explain the change.
Well, we're in the last 10 years we've been in the North American Football League. And it was a good league, nationwide league, a lot of teams, anywhere from 80 to 120 teams over the years. We've been there 10 years, and we were kind of stagnant, not moving forward business-wise. The World Football League, which we're now a member of, we just joined in 2010, is based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And it's the smaller teams, 15, 20 teams, but they're more business-minded. They're more focused on making sure the players develop themselves and move to the next level. A lot of national contacts in the NFL and Canadian football and European League football. And so in moving our team forward, I said, this is where I need to be. I don't need to play in where you get lost in the shuffle, a smaller league, and it's got good teams in it. So Oklahoma Thunder, undefeated in the last 2 years. The Dallas Diesel were world champions in the North American Football League. some game breakers, team out of Iowa, one loss last year. And so with us joining the mix, they have teams in kind of corners of the Midwest, and we look for an exciting season coming up.
Where do you play at, and the length of the season, and timing? Is it in the spring?
We now start playing in May, where it doesn't conflict with the pro leagues, the college leagues, the high school, or junior football. So we'll play May, June, and July. We'll be done by the end of July. The World Bowl is in July in the Midwest somewhere here. They haven't named the location yet. We play at Oakville High School, Melville School District, 5557 Milburn. Nice facility, beautiful facility, like 3 years old, the facility itself. But we play that time of year not to conflict with the other football organizations, the pro level, the college level, the high school level.
Is it harder for the guys to get and stay in shape with weather, playing football with the pads on during the deadly heat of summer?
Right. Well, we condition them pretty hard in the off season, which is going on now. And when the league hits, we keep them refreshed after doing the game. Most of the guys are in shape. We don't have the injuries that some teams develop over the course of a season, and that's a blessing.
In terms of the players themselves, with such a turnover, players coming and going, how do the veteran players react when the new guys come in? Do they look at them as the newbies? They
look at them as newbies, and it's a challenge on both parts. It's a challenge for the new guys to accept the veteran guys. It's a challenge for the veteran guys to accept the new guys. Normally with the new guys coming in, you may see a little bit more athleticism. And the new guys look at a veteran guy and say, oh, he's over the hill. He shouldn't be playing. And so you got that friction going on, and I have to referee a lot of those things a lot of times. But eventually we get it together and work as a team.
You ever in practice just let them lay the smack down on each other?
Absolutely.
Maybe, sometimes that quiet smack here or there kind of quiets somebody down.
It does all the time. When we get those pads on, we'll have maybe 50, 60 guys come out. But when we get those pads on, that separates. A lot of guys, after a couple of days of hitting, they disappear. They don't come back because they're not ready for that level. They're not ready for that. Especially the high schoolers. The high schoolers, it takes a high school kid 2 to 3 years to be ready at this level of football. It's like going to college. A high schooler going into college, unless he's just a stud, it takes him 2 or 3 years to develop. And the same at this level, because we're in between that college and pro level, and when they come out, guys come out, hey, you got to be ready. This is adult, grown man football. This is not high school, and it's not college. So you got to be ready. Your body has to be ready.
What would you say to anybody watching tonight thinking about, okay, hey, that sounds cool. I'm going to come out and try out for this. Guy sitting on the couch for the last 5 years watching football on TV, you advise him to come out, or is it too brutal for him?
No, I would say if he's thinking about coming out, he needs to start today getting his body right and getting his mind right, because this is serious football. Most people come out to the games, they love it. It's it's exciting. The kids, the players are playing for love of the game and the aspirations to move to the next level. They don't have the deep pockets yet. So they're playing their heart out. And then the veteran guys are playing for love of the game. That's their NFL, this minor league football, St. Louis Bulldogs. Yeah.